being around low vibrational people, people with low energy, and I'm not talking about just in terms of health, will destroy your mood, right? I used to hang out with my friends from high school after we graduated. I was friends for them from like 12 years before I decided it was up and time for me to leave. Now, like 4 or 5 years in that friendship, I started feeling like we were growing apart and stuff wasn't really working, right? Now, why is that? Because I would talk to these guys about, hey, let's start a business. Hey, let's grow. Hey, what are you doing with your life? Like, are you trying to get successful? Hey, what you doing? That's what I was interested in doing. And I was just telling them, hey, I'm trying to get famous. I'm trying to go viral. I'm trying to do that stuff. And I didn't need for them to be on the same page with me. I just needed for them to be working on something. And then these guys are just like talking about, did you see the game on Saturday? Did you see the game on Saturday? And they were talking about the same thing when they were 13. Hey, did you see the game on Saturday? You saw how many goals Man U scored? You saw how many goals City scored? It's just like, brother, you're 25 years old and you're talking about watching the game or a bunch of guys just kick balls around. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, you're going to realize when you're trying to grow as a person and as a human being, and you start hanging around people with negative mindsets, people who are down on their luck, people who are always talking about the negative and everything. Like sometimes I'll tell my friends about something. I had a friend in high school. Sometimes I'll tell him about something. Like I was being successful at something. Like I'd be like, hey, I just won this and I just won that. And he's always negative about it. And he's like, oh, but you ain't accomplished this yet, though. Oh, but you haven't done that yet. Oh, but yeah, you might have done this and that with this person, or you might have become friends with that person, but you still haven't done that thing. And sometimes people kind of bully you into success, but it wasn't that. It was literally this guy saw the negative in everything. And honestly, for people like that, you literally need to cut them out of your life, or they're going to start affecting your health. I'm not talking about your mental health. I'm talking about literally your physical health as well, right? A lot of people think that when someone's speaking negative to you, it just affects your mind. No, it's stuck in your body as well. Like all that trauma, literally everything you go through in your life gets stored in your body, whether you believe that or not. If you use supplements, they've done studies on this. If you use supplements, that supplement gets stored in your body for quite a while. If you just use one supplement, it changes your DNA forever. Like, it's that serious. You know what I'm saying? They did other studies where if you wear gold, literally the DNA of that gold interacts with your body as well. And it changes your body's makeup forever, especially when you're wearing it. So, it's just like, it's hard to say that the things people say to you or the energy you feel around a person don't matter, because literally everything matters in your life, whether you believe it or not. Some things have smaller impacts than others, but it's true, if you hang around violent people, you will feel inspired to become more violent. Because why wouldn't you be? The vibe of them makes you more violent. And if you're around violent guys that want to commit crime and stuff like that, they're going to be planting ideas in their head. Regardless of what they tell you or not, they're going to be planting ideas in your head that being violent is okay. And it's not. Being violent is not okay. So you got to keep that in mind, that the people you hang around with, they will have an impact on your mind, on your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. And when people say negative things to you and people are saying things to you, there's a reason why sometimes you can't stop thinking about it. And you'll be thinking about it for a week. And you'll be thinking about it. I remember when this dude did me dirty. I remember when this dude said that stuff about my sister. And I thought he was my friend and he wasn't joking. And it's just like, you remember stuff like that for a reason. It's just like stored up trauma, stored up thoughts that your body stores underneath your skin. And you start to realize anything a person says to you or does to you, especially if you continue to hang around them, it has an impact on you. Sometimes you may not remember what they said to you specifically, but you remember how they made you feel. And that will have an impact on your physical, mental, and spiritual health. And if a person's a loser and they're not working on anything in life, guess what that's going to do? Even if they don't tell you to become a loser, what do you think it's going to do to you if you're hanging around a guy who lives with his parents, who literally doesn't talk to any girls, right? He literally talks about watching soccer all day. What do you think that's going to do to you? Just hanging around a guy like that. It's going to normalize that it's okay for you to live with your parents and to watch soccer all day, to not speak to any guys. It's going to normalize that, hey, this is normal. And it's not. So keep that in mind.